Hello friends, welcome to Ansarkari. I am your friend Vikas Bhardwaj and once more we are talking about 4 facts. You might be aware, you might not be aware, but the goal is to make you understand the basic concept from the perspective of the examination. The goal is to help you to increase your thinking speed and your writing speed later on, and also to make you think in the way examination question demands, because which is generally not technical, but the question demands clarity of thought and dynamism in the right way. So let's go with the concepts. First we are taking up cryptocurrency. नाम सबने सुना है. RBI is taking up, in fact I should say government is taking up it as a very important issue. Questions have been coming in the prelims examination. If you pick up last 4 years prelims question paper, somehow in some ways question have been asked. So let's do a small exercise, or you can say let's understand. So what is cryptocurrency, which is simply called crypto? Crypto. Yani what it is? Can you tell me what it is? I'm asking you. Can you tell me what it is? It is a collection of binary data. So this binary data is working as medium of exchange. So data is acting as a medium of exchange. And the fact is it is secured. It is secured by cryptography. That is why what is impossible? It is impossible to counterfeit. कितना सही है ना? India is fighting counterfeit currency from our two dreaded and also two nefarious neighbors. So the question is, because cryptography makes it impossible to counterfeit, that is why it is seen as a kind of a very safe bet. But what it is based on? We say it is a digital or virtual money, but it is based on cryptocurrency. So I mean to say the cryptocurrency is based on blockchain technology. Blockchain technology. What is blockchain technology? It is a decentralized ledger, which is distributed also. And how it is enforced? It is enforced by network of computers. So what is difference from the currency notes? Currency notes can be carried. That is why we say it is digital or virtual money. So when we say how common is crypto, I have given a graph over here from the courtesy of Statista. You see Nigeria, the share of residents who are holding it, 32%. Vietnam, 21%. Philippines, 20%. Turkey, Peru, Switzerland, 11%. India, 9%. China, 7%. US, Germany, Japan. So it's a kind of a survey to have your understanding in 2020. Now, there have been concerns raised by many countries about the presence of an unregulated global economy. Two keywords are there, unregulated also and global also. So that is why, because there are concerns, so many popular platforms and websites have banned cryptocurrency. Can you name 3 famous ones? Please name 3 famous ones. Can you guess? It is Twitter, Facebook, and even Google. They have banned it. So we have just discussed what it is basically, but how the technology works. So the technology behind it is that cryptocurrency allows the users to send electronic money to each other without going through third party. So there is no role of a bank as an intermediary. When I am sending you cryptocurrency, there is no third party role. And that is why we say cryptocurrency which is based on the blockchain technology, is seen to be very safe and you can say very, very legible in the digital world. It is making itself presence. So it is existing in digital world, as we are saying. It is not existing otherwise. So what it is based upon? It is based upon encryption. It is based upon encryption, and that is why every transaction, as I said, is secure. Every single transaction is recorded in the public ledger, which is called blockchain. That means ledger is maintained by a network of I should say uh, computers, or it allows to make things work in a simple and in a very, very meaningful way. Every single transaction is secure, as I said, and every transaction is recorded in the public ledger, which is maintained, as I said, ledger is maintained by a network of people called, or you can say, miners who verify each transaction. Miners verify. That is how it works. So if I show you how it is working, so this is a private key. That is how blockchain is there. That's how it is opening. These are the nodes, and finally this is the public address. Meaning thereby, if I am connecting a cryptocurrency transaction, so I am connecting to the system. So I am a record keeper of it also. I am part of the system. That means whenever a transaction is carried out, all users get notified. All users are getting notification of the deal in their account. So can we say that all users are having record? All users are having record of all the transactions, all the times. Can we say so? That all the users are having the history or record of all the transactions and also the balance in every account. That is why cryptocurrency is so, what I should say, it seems to be so attractive. Now let's take up another important concept, Internet of Things. In the prelims examination already, PT, the question have been asked on a large paragraph came up, which will take up your time to read if you don't know in a basic manner what is Internet of Things. Internet of Things. So it is an ecosystem, when I can say so, where physical things or objects are connected to a computer or other devices using internet. Yani anytime, any context, any device, anybody, any service, any path, any place, anywhere. Internet of Things. So can we say, like the way internet in our computers enable us to connect other computers and send and receive data, similarly it can also be used to connect other devices. And that's how the network will be transmitting, I should say, it will be transmitting data, it will be transmitting data so that we can connect to other devices. For example, a smart speaker in self-driving cars. Even in self-driving car, it will find its own path. If some obstruction is there on the path, it will identify on its own. So that is why they facilitate, if I use another term for you, remote monitoring. Okay, learn to be owner of keywords. Remote monitoring, the word I'm using. Remote monitoring. Okay. So the next point is how it work. So it is working on the base of sensors, and sensors are connected to an Internet of Things platform. And these platforms, these devices are constantly collecting data, whatever they are transmitting. That is why it integrates data. Can we say it integrates data? And this integrated data from certain devices or different devices, it can be used to get information. And this information can be used by human beings to help and understand other issues. Data can be used for societal benefit, for new science and technological uh, development, and it can also be used for more response in the right time, real time data. Things can become much easier, and there can be also, you can say, uh, challenging challenging times where Internet of Things can be used for positive purposes. But I leave it up to your own understanding. There are a lot of negative and a lot of I should say, which are, there can be other repercussions also. That is why it is very important to use it properly. So example, this is a very simple example as I already explained to you. For example, smartphone is connected to a PC, television, fridge, washing machine. That's how you can just understand if it is at your home. So if you are, if you have an Internet of Things enabled alarm clock at your home, then that clock would have known the delayed schedule of the metro train and the traffic on the way to the station, as it is connected to different devices on your home. So it will wake you up earlier on. Suppose you have to reach at 9, but the traffic is already so heavy, so it will ask you to start at 8. So that's how uh, you don't have to do anything. Things will be automatically adjusted according to conditions. This concept we have already done. This is a revision concept here. I leave it up to your own understanding. Please tell me, what is carbon neutrality? We have already discussed in our previous session, so I just wanted you to understand and to revise, because just by looking at video or just by feeling that I know things and I can recall, it is I should say, not very safe, and it will not be very wise thing to do. So please remember and recall what is carbon neutrality. Definitely, I can tell you it is a state of net zero carbon dioxide emission, which is usually achieved by balancing emissions of carbon dioxide by offsetting, or you tell me, eliminating emissions. या तो offset करो या eliminate करो. And the word was given in 2016. Many countries have pledged, including India, to be carbon neutral. I leave it up to you to tell me the answer by which year. Now let's come to another very important topic: ethanol blended auto fuel. Why it is promoted? Why? So flexible fuel engines. Flexible fuel engine, flex fuel. What is flex fuel? That means internal combustion engine is capable of running on both petrol and also blend of gasoline, and, or you can say, petrol and ethanol. These engines can run from 20% blending to 100%. That is why we call it flex fuel based engines. These vehicles are popular in countries like Brazil, Canada, even in US. India also want to go on the same line because it is example of green energy. It is environment friendly, and it is a renewable resource. Most importantly, it is a renewable resource. That is why India wants to move on those lines, and it wants to promote ethanol, biofuel, instead of fossil fuels such as petrol and diesel, which will take millions of years to form. Now the question arises, what India is doing. India, as we can say, fifth largest car manufacturing country, relying on fossil fuel. What we should do? We should cut it down. How we can cut it down? If we encourage people to go for green energy, like Delhi, government of Delhi, it is promoting electric vehicles. That is also another thing, but it is not based on uh, ethanol. So that is why government of India started ethanol blended petrol. Ethanol blended petrol, which is sold by oil and marketing companies, which is a blended, I should say, blended petrol, and it is more eco-friendly. That is why up to 10% it do. That's why it is called E10. So India में ethanol is primarily derived from sugar cane, and this is what is used to blend with petrol. So the program is extended to whole country except, you tell me, except the UT of Andaman and Nicobar and Lakshadweep. So from 2019, India is running this program. My way of telling you is such that you have to make your own notes and you have to be mindfully aware and think along with it rather than everything being spoon-fed. So what is E20? As I told you, India aimed to achieve the target of 20% ethanol blending by 2025. So higher blending of locally produced ethanol in petrol will cut oil imports and it will help also farmers. So at present, India uses, as I said, 8.5% presently, and according to expert, it is highly corrosive in nature, and it is a highly corrosive substance. That is why use of E20 petrol or ethanol blended petrol call for new engine specifications, because existing engines cannot, it will corrode the engine with rubberized plastic parts. We want new engines must have rubberized plastic parts. So passenger vehicle engines they will have compatibility to use E20 fuels which are manufactured. That is what our Honorable Transport Minister Gadkari ji have been promoting and inspiring people to do so. Thank you very much for your time, for your patience. Don't forget to subscribe our channel, because we are going to give you something which is directly related with your examination in the least possible time and which will remain with you at the most crucial juncture. You will recall the exact thing, because that is what is the forte and that is what our program is based upon. Thank you very much. See you in the next series. Wishing you all the best.